Alright guys, welcome to the Camperdan Files. My name is Chris, and in today's video, we're heading to the junkyard. It's been a minute. And just like that guys, we've arrived at the junkyard. Now let's try and find a parking space. There weren't any parking spaces available in the very front, so a few bunny hops in reverse later, we found an adequate space to park. Alright guys, so we just made it into the junkyard. We got our gate transfer. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to go to the sister yard or not, but I have my gate transfer just in case. We just arrived at the Nissan SUV section. I'm not quite sure how much recording I'm going to be able to do today. I'm on a mission and I really don't want to spend a lot of time. We'll try and record as much as possible for you guys. It's been about 3 months since I've been in the junkyard. And I'm feeling kind of rusty. But the good thing is, for the most part, it doesn't look like anyone's in this particular section of the yard, which is so weird to me. So here's an Infiniti QX4, 1997 to 2000. I was hoping to score some wheel center caps off of this guy, but this rig's been in the yard for weeks now. I want to say it's been here for probably 2 months at this point. So I was hoping to get the third brake light. I don't see it attached here. It looks like it's dangling inside of the rig. And that's because it is. So it's still here. Ooh, look. Seek and ye shall find. Wheel center cap number 1. And I think I see another one here. Number 2. Just when I was thinking about throwing in the towel, so I got 2. I need a set of 4, but if all I can get is the 2, that'll do. But before I get too carried away, again, we're gonna get the third brake light. So it turns out whoever was in here meddling with this thing was only after the light bulbs. So that's fine. I'm still gonna take the brake light. We'll just have to replace the bulbs later. And just like that, our third brake light has been acquired. Yep, seek and ye shall find. Here's another wheel center cap for us. And that's what I remembered from looking at the stock photos. This guy had 3 out of the 4, so we're winning. There's a few more Infiniti QX4s in the yard, so I should be able to source at least 1 more wheel center cap to make it a full set. And who knows, I might even go for the more and take everything. Here's another R50. Let's see what year this one is. Oh, there's a VQ in there. So this is going to be 2001 to 2004. Let's have a look-see in this one. I don't really expect to find anything of interest in here, but let's take a gander. Yep. Pretty gone through. No trunk privacy cover. And that's okay, because I didn't expect to find one anyway. Again, this rig's been on the yard for a couple of weeks. Usually in order for you to score stuff like that, you have to be here, if not day 1, at least within several days of the rig arriving on the yard. And that one's been here for at least a month or 2. It's been 3 months since I've been in the yard. I know it's crazy, right? So here's what's left of a 2001 to 2004 Infiniti QX4. I usually like to take the headlamps, but this one has quite a bit of overspray on it, so that's going to be no good. You have the upper intake plenum torn off, but never mind the outside. Let's look on the inside. And that sucks. What I wanted, it's not here, and that was the shifter trim bezel, the wood grain. Now, the reason why I'm after that item is because we do have a fellow member of Empora, and his is busted. He actually dropped something on it. I think he said his cell phone, and it cracked it pretty good. So I was charged with finding him a replacement. The good news is that's one of, I think, 2 or 3 R50s here that's of that same vintage. So it's not over. The search definitely will continue. Here's another early R50 Pathfinder. This one is a 1996. through 99. Another cool thing to have off of these guys is the wheel center caps, but I don't see any here, and I don't recall seeing any in the stock photo either. Yeah, it was a 5-speed. Gearbox is gone, and so is the clutch pedal. Hell yeah. Get it how you live. I'm not even mad at you. Looks like this guy still has a third brake light. I'm gonna take a look at that. We're trying to be intentional with what we're pulling. Original head unit, Bose of course. Again, I'm just nosing around. Yeah, that third brake light's still here, and it's in great shape. Again, I might circle back for that one. I already have one. This guy had a sunroof. What trim is this? Yep, SE. And it has a sticker on it that says Canada. So I'm assuming this was a Canadian R50, or somebody that owned it was from Canada, I guess. Now, if this thing was in Canada at some point, it's pretty clean. I don't think this thing ever lived in Canada, but if it did, it's exceptionally clean, guys. I can't believe it. Wow. Can't believe it, but I'm looking at it. And again, it was a 5-speed, 4x4. Looks like someone was trying to take this axle and then they gave up. They removed it from the inner shaft of the front differential. And it looks like they might have even been trying to get to the differential too. Look, there's a couple of bolts loose there. So the rear differential doesn't have the limited slip sticker on it. But from doing my homework, historically speaking, anytime you have an R50 Pathfinder that was a manual, 96 through 2002, it's gonna have a limited slip by default. And again, this one was a SE trim. So I'm pretty sure it has a limited slip. Oh, but look at its buddy right next to it. Bro, I absolutely love these wheels. If I could, I would stuff those on my rig. But rumor has it, they won't fit on the front because of the size of our calipers. I don't know how true that is. I might have to test fit one of those wheels on an R50 just to see if that's the case. But yeah, I absolutely love them. I actually have 3 out of 4 wheel center caps for those particular wheels. Sadly, there's only 2 of them here. But I mean, they're clean. Look at this thing. It looks practically brand new. And it would work for my rig because these are 15-inch alloys. Man, if those other 2 wheels were here, I probably would buy them. Just because. Well, here's another QX4 actually. Oh, that's unfortunate. So this headlight's no good because they broke the tab. The other one was busted from a collision anyway. See what I mean? There's 2 more Infiniti QX4s over here. So, ooh, and look, it's busted. This is what I'm after, guys. And his was cracked in the exact same location right there. Okay, that's fine. We still have some options. Bro, what is this? Help me to understand, guys. What is this? So here's what's left of a 1997 through 2000 Infiniti QX4 in black. This one's a 99 to be exact. Its third brake light is still here. So again, we might circle back around to that guy. So on to the next one. This was something that I was interested in too, but I don't know if I'm going to take the time to actually pull them today or not. Here is an R50 Pathfinder with a SE luggage rack. The end caps are still here, but the wind fairing, it's seen better days. It's actually separating in 2 pieces. I've never ever seen one of them do that. How do you do that? That's crazy. So this one's an automatic 4-wheel drive. Someone took the engine control computer. They also broke the center console. That's nothing new. Again, not everybody appreciates taking the time to take parts apart so you can actually get what you need. You know, some people just break and take. All right, here's a 2001 Infiniti QX4. Let me see here. Oh. See, somebody attempted to take it apart and didn't do such a hot job. Looks like they started messing with this too. And this is one of those things you absolutely have to take a trim tool and take that apart. Here's a 2003 Infiniti QX4. There we go. All right, so it looks like we might be in luck. So, ooh, this center stack is sweet. Yeah, see, this still together, but it has a fracture right here. I wouldn't feel right taking that and asking anybody for any amount of money for that. Ideally, we want it to be in great shape. No trunk privacy cover. Let me ponder over these parts. I'm really thinking about taking this center stack. Oh, well, the decision was made for me. You guys see that? See that crack? That's from somebody yanking on this thing. I don't know about this trim. Yeah, it's cracked. Yeah, that sucks. And this was the best one out of all the ones that I came across. Oh well, I'll give him the bad news and I'll tell him I'll just keep looking, because he's been waiting to see if I can find this part for probably 3 months now. So, you know, that's just how it goes sometimes. So here's the front end of this Infiniti QX4. Here's the headlamps. As you can see, they're trash. And we're looking at this counterpart over here. This one would have had one good headlight, potentially, although this is pretty gnarly here too. But here we have a case of, I don't know how to take things apart correctly, so let me just break everything. And that happens a lot here. But in any event, I would have passed on that headlamp anyway, because again, it's not good enough to be trying to sell to anyone. Talk about a nasty hit. Look at this, guys. You see that? That's how far back this control arm and strut assembly has been pushed. And I mean, just look at the damage. Yeah, insurance ain't fixing that. Nope. And that's why it's here. So here is a 2002 R50 Pathfinder SE trim in green. And strangely, this guy had the same type of spoiler that you would find on the back of one of these Infiniti QX4s. Pretty cool and interesting. So this one is a Nevada rig. It had a brush bar on it. Somebody modified it. This guy still has its clock and center stack. Sadly, I wasn't able to find that fourth wheel center cap off of any of those other Infiniti QX4s. I think what I'm going to do is cut my losses here. And we have one more R50 to look at, which is down here. I got some other makes and models that I'm going to check out. I'm not going to bother recording it because I know you guys aren't interested in that. Not only that, I can't give you guys all the sauce, you know. You got to go out and do your own homework and your own research like I did. Well, 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 surprise, surprise. What have we here? Our fourth wheel center cap. Except all the prongs are broken. Oh, wait. Let's not start crying yet. Here we go. Here's another one. And just like that, where there was 3, there is now all 4. Here's what's left of a 1996 R50 Pathfinder black LE trim. It gets better, guys. It gets better. Here's what's left of the interior. Thank you for your service. And also like the red on the Pathfinder emblem and the LE emblem there. I think that's a really nice touch. But check this out. I don't think I've ever seen this modification before. So the confusion continues. I was able to get the dust shield off. And this is what we find behind it. Like, everything looks fine here except this was flipped upside down. I don't know if the person was in a rush or what, or they were trying to be different, but for the previous owner of this R50, if you're watching, could you please tell us why you did this? I'm just curious. I'd like to know. All right, so after freeing the third brake light from its mounting location, we've decided to forego getting this guy. I don't know if you guys can see all that chafing and cracking in the plastic. It's not like cracked all the way through, but I don't think anyone on eBay in their right mind is going to want to buy that. So we're going to skip over that. And we're going to circle back to the other R50s that do have a third brake light. All right, so we've circled back to our 99 R50 Pathfinder SE trim 5-speed 4x4 in gold. This guy still has its third brake light. The hatch opens and it holds itself up, so we'll go ahead and take the easy route and grab this guy. Man, talk about bad luck, guys. This thing, it's actually broken. See that? All right, now hear me out, guys. Again, as you can see, the main housing of the third brake light, it's broken. However, the actual lens, it's perfect. It's like next to new. So these are actually removable. So I think what I'm going to do is take this off and swap it onto that one that's down there with the black 1996 R50 and put them together and make it one. Yeah. All right, guys, so it looks like our bad luck might be turning around. So right here, these 3 tabs where it has that gap there, you just want to place a screwdriver onto there and just lightly pry up, and then it'll allow this to pop off of the housing. So yeah, my goal is to leave here with 3 of these things today. I need 3 third brake lights. I had 3 of them, and I'm not kidding, I sold them all like back to back, like within a day of each other. So yeah, inventory's clearing fast and I need to replenish. Out with the old and in with the new. Yeah. I wanted to take the third brake light from this Infiniti QX4, but it requires climbing into the back of the rig. Plus there's a storm moving in. So after pondering, I decided to give in and give this a go, but I think I'm gonna pass. And I don't think you guys can make it out there in the video, but that dust shield is warped. I don't know, I'm gonna pull it apart and see if it's worth it. But check this out. What's that? Wheel center cap number 5 has some grease on it. We'll clean that up. But what's important is that all the prongs are still intact, except this one looks a little bit bent, that one right there. But we can still sell it. Nice. So where there was only 3, now I have 5. All right, let's get after this brake light. So you guys are gonna laugh your heads off when I tell you what is now stopping me from getting to this third brake light. Check this out. You guys see that? Those are not the screws that are supposed to be in here. Instead, it looks like bolts is what they decided to drive in here. So let me get some 1/4-inch tools. So my assumptions were correct. This guy is junk. It is warped, guys. Can you see that? It's no good. I knew it, but I figured I would go for it anyway just to see if I was wrong. And it turns out I was right. And just like that, we're now back in my R50 and headed home. Thanks again for stopping by the Camper Dan Files. If you've enjoyed today's video, go ahead and give it a like. And while you're at it, don't forget to share, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, keep using your Pathfinder as a Pathfinder, on or off the pavement.